that challenge of generally having certain designated areas that vehicles can pass through, and we have no proper presence of the customs and the immigration officers. Again, we are going to sit down to work on this. There has been many promises about Oaxaca border, particularly because there is a government of Uganda presence on the other side, and our presence is very minimal, including the road that we had promised in the Oaxaca side. I'm happy that so far it's been transferred to Kenya. What's remaining now is to upgrade. You know, it's called Matisi Bridge. Is it Matisi Bridge? Malakisi Bridge, sorry. Malakisi Bridge is also under construction now. What's remaining is the completion of the road, and we want to make Oaxaca a more formal border point that can help us also to deal with these issues of smuggling. Luckily, our ministry is part and parcel of the team that is one that monitors issues of border points. Again, so therefore, there will be serious crackdown. There will be a lot of noise here, especially from political leaders once we do those crackdown, but don't worry. It is in the best interest of the people that we deal with these issues that are affecting the people of Bungoma and Kenya. We also have problems that are related to also border point. This is drug abuse. Again, there is a lot of marijuana that is sold here. Of course, in the past, there's been a lot of focus on small consumers, yet we forget about the main traffickers. Again, intelligence-led operation shall be intensified in this area, and those big men and women who are engaged in this trade are going to be netted, and the necessary steps shall be taken. I want to appreciate the judiciary in Bungoma. They have been fairly cooperative, and I ask that we continue being cooperating together as all arms of government to get rid of illegal alcohol and these drugs in this region, so that we can protect our population. The other challenge we have in this county is related to the questions of land fraud issues. Again, the officers who are working in the land office here are put on notice. Again, investigations are ongoing. A number of them shall be held accountable for the land fraud cases in this area that are causing other problems, which is basically fueling conflict within families, among communities, and this issue shall be, we are going to be focusing on this issue to deal with it. The other problem we have in Bungoma is related to the challenges faced in Mount Elgon region. Mount Elgon has very unique challenge over time because also because it's a forest, and we have resurgence of activities that are considered to endanger peace and may endanger peace in our country, and elements that are carrying out firearms inside the forest of Mount Elgon. We have told the National Police Service now, beyond the county security team, to also work with multi-agency team to flush out any individual that may be a Kenyan or from outside our country that may be hiding in that forest. We do not want to go back to the old days where we have had issues in that place, and we are going to be doing multi-agency operations in that area, particularly to protect the forest, because if Mount Elgon is depleted, there is no Bungoma and there is no Kenya. The reason why this county is called the food basket of part of the food basket of Kenya is because of the presence of Mount Elgon and the water sources and the protection of the environment. If we don't do so, we will be making a big mistake. As a result, there will be a multi-agency team that is beyond Kenya Forest Service to make sure that the forest is being protected. Now, the other very telling issue in Bungoma is the presence of goons. That are causing havoc and violence in this county. Funerals are impossible to attend. People are not having peaceful environment to bury their loved ones. Political events are always violent, and people are living in fear. Again, that multi-agency team shall do a massive crackdown on leaders of goons. regardless of their political affiliations, and all of them shall be arrested and taken to court. We will get rid of Bungoma, of all these goons that have operated and abetted for many years. These goons are not just confined to constituencies, a few constituencies. It includes also, as I said, border areas of this county, and that really endangers the security of the nation. As you must have seen me yesterday address this issue in Busia, this part of Western region has, in the last few years, had politically organized goons. But this is a new dawn. We must deal with them. We must deal with them impartially. And I invite all political leaders, aspiring candidates especially, to come to politics with clean hands, join together with those who have been elected. I want to request also our elected leaders. We have had a meeting and they are also very concerned about these issues. And I want to invite them to participate in supporting the National Police Service in getting rid of political goons in Bungoma. We want to see that anyone can operate in this country freely. And this culture of goons, and then they mutate, they become gangs, is something of great concern across the country. By and by, especially among the bigger counties in the country, you are witnessing presence of gangs and goons, and this is not acceptable. I promise you that we will do something. You will also hear a lot of noise here and there, but don't worry, it will be for the best interest of the people. Even when giving birth, sometimes it becomes very painful for the mother, and those who will feel pain, it's our intention is to get rid of hooliganism and violence in leadership. You saw what we did yesterday, what we did since we went for Jukwaa Usalama Trans Nzoia. Yesterday in Trans Nzoia, I think, DIG, how many? There were over 175 characters who were arrested, who were marauding as goons. And we are going to deal with them all over. In fact, we've come to notice, and you've seen this conversation even in Nairobi and here in Bungoma, that part of the problems of mugging and violence is also being perpetrated by persons otherwise known as street children. But they are not children. They are of significant adult age, yet they pose as still children. They behave like they don't have homes, and they cause muggings and attacking people, both in Trans Nzoia here, and you saw them in Nairobi. Again, something is being done to make sure that that issue is addressed decisively. There are other security challenges in this county that we are going to deal with together with the... I almost forgot a more serious one. This county is among the leading counties when it comes to defilement, which is a very serious issue. And I'm told that most of the defilement is actually perpetrated by family members. So there is incests that are also defilement. Because in this case, they are preying on small children. Fathers sleeping with their daughters and impregnating them and so forth. And yet, I am told also that in some of the instances, community members are trying to shield the perpetrators. And there is a culture that says that we should sort this problem locally, using communal barazas and so forth. We are not going to accept that situation. And that's the essence of the meeting that we are going to have. I'm going to address the chiefs and assistant chiefs and the OCSs that it is their responsibility to ensure that these people are arrested and these people are brought before court, and that the judiciary will also, the DPP will do their part. We want to, I don't know, this is a very rampant issue in the western part of the country, and I think we have to, even our National Crime Research Institute should also give us more information as to why it's more prevalent here. But even as we do so, the enforcement part of it by the National Police Service must continue. I would have said so many other issues, but that is the essence of Jukwaa Usalama. I'm very happy with the progress we've made in Jukwaa Usalama. Sorry I came late because some of the things we promised to do were being done to the OCSs, and I was in Nairobi to make sure that those issues are, their training is successful, and to also give them some tips on what we need to do going forward. Because we want to foster very good working relationship between the National Police Service and the public. And as you know, in the other places we've gone for Jukwaa, during the Jukwaa Usalama meeting, based on the issues that have been raised, changes have been made, we have done better operations in the counties where we have visited. Bungoma is no exception. It shall be part and parcel of the issues we are going to deal with. As I said earlier, even theft for crops also is an issue here. The old Chepkube behavior, I'm told that some of the coffee is also smuggled through one of those border points. Again, it's an issue that we are going to be dealing with. Of course, we are happy that the coffee prices are going up. That is a positive side. But the negative one is, of course, because it's now a very priced commodity, then it attracts thieves and interest by people who want to smuggle them to sell to other countries. Asante sana. I'll take 3 questions. Yeah. Please useme hata jina. I'll take 3. I'll start with here and then one more there and one more here.
Asante, naitwa Matano Sani, mwandishi wa habari anafanya kazi na Mpakani TV. Swali langu ni hili waziri, kumekuwa na upungufu wa magari kwenye police station zetu, hasa wakati ambapo dharura inapotokea. Pengine swala hilo ni mipango gani mmeweka kuhakikisha kuwa wakati wa dharura kuna magari ya kutosha kwenye police stations?
Asante sana. And then one minor.
That problem is not the first time though. Even your predecessor actually faced it. There was a lot of it. Then now of course it went down. Then it's mushrooming again. And even most of the victims are females. The young ladies and women who cannot defend themselves. I'm pretty sure you've seen even those raising those concerns on TikTok or online. It's actually a problem. I happened to see one and I was not able to help.
Okay.
Mine, I'm Achola Bulimo Matthews. I'm a freelance journalist in the Western region. Mine is particularly on the village elders as a part of the integral part of the security team at the grassroots. As a Minister of Interior, I know there are plans of collecting draft policies from the grassroots level, getting their views on how you can implement it. So far as a ministry, what is the reach out?
Most of those issues you are raising are actually the crux of the meeting. So, and since you will cover the meeting, don't run away. You will hear most of the issues. The first question was in relation to the vehicles. That is a big discussion across the country, and I have addressed it in every other meeting. Procurement is ongoing, not just for the police, for the Ngao officers, and for also our prisons. That procurement is ongoing within the Treasury. It's been delayed a little bit, but we are hoping that we can complete within this year so that we distribute vehicles to a number of the police stations, leased vehicles. The lease program that started about 10 years ago, most of those vehicles have now run out of their time and their usefulness, so they need to be replaced. And also more police stations have been established, so we need more vehicles, and the procurement process for that leasing is ongoing with Treasury. On the issue of, as I said, muggings and all that, thank God we are discussing muggings and these kind of challenges. There was a time we were discussing worse challenges of robbery with violence and so forth. And even these mugging issues, as I've told you, part of it is perpetrated by so-called street children, organizing themselves in small groups with knives sometimes and attacking and suspecting citizens. I want to confirm to you that operation is ongoing and it will continue. It's a continuous issue. And part of the conversation we are having, and we will have also here, is that nothing should wait for a directive policy of national cabinet secretary or any other person. That is a daily responsibility of the OCS in the police station. That's what I was telling the OCSs today. Shouldn't wait for, unless a very unique challenge that has come out of a particular issue. But things like theft, muggings, that is a daily responsibility of the police officers within the area. Operations going on those issues in that area. As I told you, Trans Nzoia, even here, some of those complaints are here about small theft and mugging, and we are going to do something to make sure that is addressed. Some of them, of course, are underage, but that's not an excuse. Remember, when we went to coast for Jukwaa Usalama, there was resurgence of panga boys, but we have now been able to deal with that issue. So we will deal with it. And if there is any weakness in terms of operational command, we will redeploy some of the officers who have the capacity to help and lead in resolving that issue. The last question was on also another common issue, village elders. Village elders issue, we finished the policy just 2 months ago. We have done the CAB memo. It's going to go to Cabinet, and then Cabinet will give direction on how best we can facilitate the village elders. Remember, we cannot employ them because they are not employable. They are beyond 60 years, some of them older. They don't have specific qualifications and so forth, and they are, young people are saying, why are you employing older people and so forth, but we want to facilitate them. So the conversations about how best can you facilitate their security work and peace building work to support the security architecture in resolving issues at the local level. Asante sana. Thank you very much. How far should we come? Good afternoon, everybody. Nyinyi wote ni wa Bungoma ama umetoka kaunti ingine? Yeah. Where's the IG? Wapi nani? Wapi Beverly? Okay. And Commissioner. Okay. So, are you ready? Thank you very much, members of the press, and thank you for attending this Jukwaa la Usalama, Bungoma County. This is the 35th Jukwaa la Usalama session, and we have done already 34 counties. This week we are concentrating on Western region. Yesterday we were in Busia, and they have just finished a security briefing meeting, and there are a number of issues that are maybe pertinent for me to report to you, through you, to the people of Kenya, and particularly also the people of Bungoma County. Again, the issues are the same for border counties in the western part of the country, from Homa Bay, Siaya, here in Busia, here in Bungoma, and next door in Trans Nzoia. We are facing fairly similar issues. Now, I can confidently say that except for Homa Bay and Migori, I have visited the entire, Homa Bay, Migori, And of course, the 3 northeastern counties, that is Mandera, Wajir, and Garissa, I visited the rest of the border counties. Most of the challenges we face in border counties are related to neighboring the next country, and a lot of it is around smuggling of goods. Unfortunately, some of these goods are contrabands, and particularly goods that are actually damaging human life. And I'm talking about here that a lot of the goods that are, or a lot of the products that are smuggled through our border, the most notorious one is illegal alcohol, particularly adulterated alcohol, especially ethanol. That is really a big problem in this county. I am very happy to note that in the last few months, after we came for Jukwaa Usalama in Trans Nzoia, there has been intensified operation by the county security team on this particular area. I have interrogated the number of cases that they have done in the last few weeks, few months. I am also happy to note that very good leads are being followed. The main buyers and distributors in this county are being zeroed in on. I have been briefed on a number of individuals and companies and associates of people who are doing this business and collaborating with persons across the border. I am happy with the progress made so far, but it can be better. And therefore, we have agreed that the team in Bungoma, Busia, Trans Nzoia, and Kakamega and other counties here are going to be supported from the national government, national level, and there will be a rapid response team that will come to support them, and I expect even greater crackdown on this issue of adulterated alcohol. We have also realized that, and that is the same problem we noticed yesterday in Busia, is the argument of this argument that the challenges of porous border, like the border in Oaxaca, Chepkube. There is also two other borders between Oaxaca and Busia border, and so Nambale. So we have that challenge of generally having certain designated areas that vehicles can pass through, and we have no proper presence of the customs and the immigration officers. Again, we are going to sit down to work on this. There has been many promises about Oaxaca border, particularly because there is a government of Uganda presence on the other side, and our presence is very minimal, including the road that we had promised in the Oaxaca side. I'm happy that so far it's been transferred to Kenya. What's remaining now is to upgrade. You know, it's called Matisi Bridge. Is it Matisi Bridge? Malakisi Bridge, sorry. Malakisi Bridge is also under construction now. What's remaining is the completion of the road, and we want to make Oaxaca a more formal border point that can help us also to deal with these issues of smuggling. Luckily, our ministry is part and parcel of the team that is one that monitors issues of border points. Again, so therefore, there will be serious crackdown. There will be a lot of noise here, especially from political leaders once we do those crackdown, but don't worry. It is in the best interest of the people that we deal with these issues that are affecting the people of Bungoma and Kenya. We also have problems that are related to also border point. This is drug abuse. Again, there is a lot of marijuana that is sold here. Of course, in the past, there's been a lot of focus on small consumers, yet we forget about the main traffickers. Again, intelligence-led operation shall be intensified in this area, and those big men and women who are engaged in this trade are going to be netted, and the necessary steps shall be taken. I want to appreciate the judiciary in Bungoma. They have been fairly cooperative, and I ask that we continue being cooperating together as all arms of government to get rid of illegal alcohol and these drugs in this region, so that we can protect our population. The other challenge we have in this county is related to the questions of land. Land fraud issues. Again, the officers who are working in the land office here are put on notice. Again, investigations are ongoing. A number of them shall be held accountable for the land fraud cases in this area that are causing other problems, which is basically fueling conflict within families, among communities. And this issue shall be, we are going to be focusing on this issue to deal with it. The